G'day everyone, Wesley here from Trusted Pest Management, and welcome to the first ever series of Between Two Drills. This is also called Trusted Trades, and this is an idea of mine. I've actually been living in Brisbane all my life, and I've been involved in the trade industry, the pest control trade that is, for 20 years, since I was 15 years old. And one of the big things that I've noticed throughout my career is frustrations with trades. So not just pest control, but electrical, plumbing, chipping, builders, everything. Like, I've heard the worst feedback that anyone could imagine.
Yep.
And it just got me thinking, well, listen, I feel that after 20 years and been in business for a while, I've built up some credibility, and I feel that I have, the runs on the board to actually recommend good tradespeople. So this is me interviewing who I think are really good at what they do, and I suggest to you, if you are needing certain trades, that these guys are a first point of call or an option for you. So today we have our first guest, Josh Wilson of TwinTech. Yay.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for having me.
So now I do have questions and notes, so forgive me, it being the first one, it's probably a bit easier, I'll read off the notes. But listen, the reason why I chose Josh, and Josh and I have met each other actually through BNI, which is Business Networking International. And those that are watching this, that if you are in small business, trust me, BNI is a great opportunity to get your business moving forward.
It's fantastic.
But I met Josh, I think over 12 months ago.
Probably nearly 2 years now.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, oops.
Yeah.
2 years ago, and Josh is now my preferred electrician, and actually Shane from Brisbane, you have been too in the past. You're awesome, but he's in our group now, so bad luck. But anyway,
sorry, Shane.
Yes. But in saying that, listen, Josh has been doing work for us, and I love Josh's attitude towards his business and just life in general too. And being, young, we get along together, and Josh is Johnny on the spot. He's got great text, and I thought, what a perfect way to start this interview. Trusted Trades, Between Two Drills, with Josh. So thanks for coming on, brother.
No worries, thank you.
Mate, listen, how did you get started?
I was back in South Australia. We lived in the Barossa Valley, and
nice. Were you drunk the whole time?
Not really, no. Could have been. I was on a family farm, and we had an electrician come and do some work one day, and he just said to me, "You want to start a trade?"
Yeah, really?
And that was as simple as it was.
What, like 14, 15?
No, I was actually 17, probably nearly 18 at the time, and just working on the farm, and decided, it's time to.
So you didn't do anything in school, because you know how school. When I went to Marist here, you can do vocational studies after 15. Right. Was that part of it?
No, I didn't do it. No, was going on to go to uni, and decided that wasn't for me. And the farm was there, so decided that was the way to go. This guy talked to me, and 2 or 3 days later, I started with him.
Yeah, so. Nice. And what was it like working for him?
Really good. He was reasonably young himself, but he'd had fantastic experience. Yeah, Trevor. Good old Trevor Hills.
Big Trev.
Yeah. Really good guy. And he just had amazing experience in such a broad range of work, and it was an awesome apprenticeship. It really was.
And I guess, mate, we're probably going to digress here, but did he sort of do residential, commercial?
No, it was more commercial industrial.
Yeah.
It was. He came from big industrial facilities, and therefore wanted to start his business in that kind of work as well. So we did a lot with heavy commercial and industrial.
And what's your favourite wine in the Barossa, mate?
I don't know. It'd have to be.
Good
old Marcus Schultz has an organic.
Marcus Schultz.
He has an organic winery. So
there you go, Marcus Schultz. Is he watching?
He does some
Sammy
good stuff.
Yeah,
that's right. Exactly.
Mate, I guess this probably goes on what attracted you to the trade, but I guess once you got into it, maybe 3 months, 4 months, what attracted you to keep going?
Yeah, just the fact that it was so diverse, and that we were learning something about all the other trades. Being a finishing trade, electrical, like coming in right at the last to do a fit off, you learn so much about plumbing and the fit off of carpentry work, tiling, all of that kind of stuff. There was so much to learn, and working with other trades. I really enjoyed working with other trades.
obviously, because you're using your hands and your brain, but was there a theoretical component to it quite a bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we went. My apprenticeship was set up was 1 week every month was at TAFE.
Yeah.
And that was doing a half a block every time you went.
Yeah.
And so every fortnight you had an exam, and on you went to the next module. So
was it TAFE?
Yeah, it was TAFE. Yeah, it was TAFE.
Yeah, I did TAFE too.
Good on you, Wes.
Mate, and what, I guess, did you have any initial thoughts of your trade? Did you think, okay, this is something I want to do, or were you and ahhing?
Yeah, early on in the piece, I think I was a little bit worried about, have I done the right thing here? And I guess I'd never, until the day that Trevor offered me the apprenticeship, I'd never thought about it.
Yeah.
So it was almost like it was going really good. It was almost like this is too good for starters, and I ended up loving it. So yeah.
Do you reckon there's, just out of curiosity, do you think there's like a stigma with electrical trades? Because this is my opinion. Like, I think Sparkies, they their shoulders back. Where's Sparkies? Because you're dealing with electrical. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
We get that a little bit, but like Luke from LPW Plumbing will say, plumbers are far superior.
Yeah.
So, but look, I
deals
think,
with shit.
I think a lot of people like in the trade industry think that Sparkies have a bit of an opinion of themselves. We certainly don't, but I do know what you're talking about.
I'd listen, man. Stuff dealing with power and then plumbing pipes as well. I'll stick to termites. Mate, how long was your apprenticeship?
So I finished in 3.5 years, but normally around the 4 year mark. Oh, so smart.
Now, does it, and mate, obviously if you don't know, you don't know, but is it still the same, or is it more competency based these days?
It's still, there's still a big TAFE component to it. In Queensland now, for our apprentices we use Skills Tech, which I guess is just like TAFE used to be. So it's on the job training, but then more now in a bigger block release, as in they're going for a month normally.
And mate, through that time of your apprenticeship, or what was one of the biggest lessons that you got out of it?
When I guess being a young apprentice, you're like you're coming up to knock-off time. Like you think it's knock-off time. My tradesman was always happy to offer that extra thing. Like, while we're here, how about we just change some bulbs for you? Or while we're here, why don't we? I don't know. Why don't we just
look at the switch box?
Yeah, just test something out. Complete a test for you and make sure everything's hunky dory.
So, mate, that's more customer service. It was not so much the practical
that's
side.
That's right, exactly. And that's something that probably is the biggest thing I learnt from him, and the biggest thing that we've taken into our business.
And do they teach that is customer service an element through the apprenticeship at TAFE?
No, not at all.
So it's all on the job.
Yeah, and I guess that's the reason why it was so easy to learn, is because it was every day on every job.
No, that's true.
And
listen, if you're watching this, no matter what if you're in the trade, building, all of it, customer service, if anything, it's the biggest thing. Like, you can be good at pesty or a good Sparky, but if you got shit customer service,
it all comes unstuck.
You're in the toilet. Call LPW. Mate, big question. When did you decide to go on your own?
Yes, I'd started with an international company in Adelaide as well after my apprenticeship, and then moved to New South Wales for about 6 months. And it was just, I guess we had no family, no friends in New South Wales, and we felt quite isolated. Yeah. So we decided, no, that's it. Let's move to Queensland, because my wife's parents are up here. And it was just like the next thing to do, really. It just felt like I was working for a big company, and it was time to get back to basics and to be a small one-person team, and then hopefully grow it up, which we have. So that was the biggest driver. Just, I guess we felt isolated where we were. We knew we had to move.
And why Queensland?
My wife's parents are here, but also just seemed like a really good city to start a business in. So.
Not that you guys can see this, but it's a freaking gorgeous day.
Beautiful day. Perfect.
And what is it? Perfect one day?
Beautiful one day, perfect the next, isn't it? That's it.
Tourist Australia, send him cutting. Oh, ad break. Ad break. So we're doing a little ad break. Oh, mine's over there, so you can start.
All right, we'll start with this one. So this here is a Crone punch down tool. Now, for those playing along at home, this one here is the best you can get. It's for terminating data cables. We use this every day. It not only crimps or punches down the cable, but also cuts it off. Beautiful bit of equipment. Crone.
Keep it safe. Crone. Now, mine's mine's not safe. Mine's a Stanley knife. Now, the reason why I'm coming up with this ad break of Stanley knife is because I've just recently moved house. And now, do you know how annoying boxes are? And these guys come in so damn handy, man, that this has been my best friend for the last 2 weeks. So I am having the ad break of the Stanley knife. So thank you. Now, I can't remember where I got this one, but they're all pretty much the same. So yeah, thank you to Stanley Knives.
Fantastic. Cool. Job done.
Awesome. Mate, looking back, what have been some of the biggest lessons, failures, and successes that you've achieved in your business? So maybe let's start with a lesson in your business, like your own business, and then a failure, and then let's finish with the success.
Yeah, okay, so probably a lesson was staying too small too long.
Yeah, okay.
I was too careful for too long. So that a lot of that was to do with just me being quite conservative as a person, but also was that I knew that I could give customers exactly the same product every time. And I was worried that if I had someone else on, and again, like with trades, that you get a rubbish job from if they don't care or whatever, if they're in a hurry that day because it's a Friday, the quality drops off. That was what I was concerned about. So I stayed on for over a year on my own. And I really should have had an apprentice at least before then, just so that we could get through jobs quicker, because that would be my biggest failure, is that I lost some really good ongoing customers because I couldn't get there on time. And so that really has been the biggest lesson.
So I guess to someone that is starting out, I think you've got to do some time by yourself.
Absolutely.
But would you say, what was the trigger now, if you look back, what would be the trigger to employ someone?
Probably as soon as I had, say, 2 or 3 weeks booked in advance.
Oh, wow.
Was probably a good indication, because what was happening was, as soon as I booked someone else, we'd have someone else drop away, as in they'd go somewhere else because they needed fans in because it was hot, or they needed a switchboard upgrade or whatever they needed it now. We couldn't do it. They went elsewhere. To answer your question, as soon as we saw jobs disappearing, we should have put someone on.
Actually, it's interesting. You just reminded me. I was reading. Some guy put an ebook out. It was called "The Secrets of Business," and one of the secrets of business is speed.
Yeah, that's exactly
being
right.
quick. And if you're watching this, quotation. So if you get a quote, I hope you do this. Send it, like if you're there on spot, try and either give it to them on the spot or have it sent within 6-12 hours. If they wait 3 days, maybe longer, they'll
forget about it.
So,
they'll look elsewhere.
Mate, good lesson. Mate, failure. It's been a bit of a failure. Forgetting about appointments.
Probably forgetting about appointments. Probably our biggest failure wasn't taking on a job management system early enough as well.
Awesome.
I guess a little bit conservative again, was trying to do it all an old-fashioned way with papers and books and whatever else.
Are you talking like Simpro?
That kind of management system. Absolutely. We use a program called Tradify, which is I guess a similar kind of system. Maybe not quite as capable, but it is quite specific for electricians and works really well for us. So we can track where our tradesmen are. We can find out where they are, what job they're working on. We can shuffle jobs on the go, and it sends them messages.
Does that involve invoicing?
It does,
too?
So they can invoice and quote on site as well, which is great.
Mate, another point, guys, if you're watching this, Pest Control, Sparky, those systems, we use Simpro and what was it? Tradefy, if you want to sponsor, call me. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding actually. But they make life easy.
They do,
just in terms of invoicing, and then it syncs with Xero.
It does,
and yes, there's a subscription, but
it's worth it.
It's worth every penny, man. I can
absolutely.
Tell you that.
We went way too long without it, and now we realise it would have made our life so much easier with it. So.
And mate, besides this video, being success, pinnacle. Mate, what's been a success for you with your business?
Probably taking on, like, as a small business, when I first started, I always thought I'll just be like mums and dads kind of customers, like just go and change a light bulb, go and put a new power point in, that kind of thing. And we've taken on some really big customers now. So we look after the likes of Cafe 63, all of their new developments and their maintenance.
You need it.
And we've got some other really good customers that we work with.
Who are some of your big ones? You're happy to share?
We do a little bit with Sunwest Constructions, who are based on the Sunshine Coast. We do a lot for aged care, so we do a lot of refits for aged care facilities. We do a little bit with Randall's Property Maintenance for all the grilled restaurants, which is fantastic. They're a fantastic.
And has that success been because of their success? Because they're growing, you're growing too.
Yeah, a lot of it is to do with that. There's also a company called Telair, who are a telecommunications provider. We've I guess struck up a really good friendship with
Yep.
those guys, and as soon as they sell a new package to a business, we'll go and do the connection
Yep.
for them, and that's been a really good way of us getting into
Yeah,
businesses
yeah,
that we wouldn't
yeah.
already, so that we wouldn't otherwise be able to get into. So yeah, to answer your question, I think because they're successful, it's
Yeah.
helped us be successful.
And mate, you mentioned a word there, relationships. Like, it's another little secret. It's not what you know, it's who you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely
and then
is.
it's that relationship.
Yeah, and that's
Communication relationship, actually.
That's why B&I is so good to build relationships like
it
that.
is. Mate, awesome. Now, where are we at? Mate, what skills have you learnt out of your business that you actually use in your everyday life?
I think it'd be customer service and just learning how to listen to people
Yeah.
better. Listening to what they want, how they're feeling about what you're providing to them. Like on
Yeah.
a job, I try and train the boys to ask as well along the way during the job. Get people to come and have a look at it.
Yeah.
See if they're happy with how it's looking.
Yeah.
There's no point finishing the whole job and it's completely different to what
Yeah.
the customer wanted. So I think that's helped. Just listening, understanding what people want, understanding what makes them tick. So that's in personal life that's important too.
Yeah, well, it's a big thing. We have every 2 weeks we have our big group meeting within Trusted, and I just remember saying, we're one bit big about the customer service, but treating people with respect and,
absolutely.
and being honest. And I said, guys, you take that from your business life to your personal life, and what you do in your personal life comes into your business life. So
Absolutely.
man, that's awesome. Hey, isn't listening?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
It's so easy,
Yep.
but so hard.
Yeah, but it makes your day interesting too, doesn't it?
Oh,
If you listen to people.
Actually, Brad Sugar said something. He's a famous business coach. He
Yep.
said, listen, and then obviously if you don't agree with it, you always go, isn't that interesting? And I use that all the time. Isn't that interesting? Because you don't want to offend anyone, right?
No, that's right, exactly.
Mate, this is a cool one. What's the vision of your business?
The vision is never to get too big, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, wow.
The vision is to never grow past 6. We want to stay small, reliable, trusted.
Yep.
And right from early on, based on the idea of me being on my own, that everyone knew what they were getting.
Yep.
They recognised me when I arrived
Yep.
on site. That's the same thing we try and do now with our customers.
Yep.
Is we use 1 or 2 people for that particular
Yep.
customer,
Yep.
and so that there's a relationship built up there.
So are you trying to focus on, by staying small, the brand of you, or are you trying to develop the TwinTech
Yeah,
brand,
definitely trying-
or is
yep.
it more, we're niched, I'm that brand?
No, definitely the TwinTech
Yep.
brand, because Brandon and Caleb out on site, they're like today, they're down at Helensvale doing a job, and they are the only people that
Yep.
that customer's met.
Yeah,
So
okay,
they are the
stay-
TwinTech
yeah,
brand.
Perfect. Yeah.
And no, definitely want it to be TwinTech, not Josh,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
see the issues with that
Yeah.
as well. But no, it's a really tricky one. Hey, I want it to grow, but not too big.
Yeah. And mate, well done on you, because self-awareness is a big thing, and if you know that's where you want to be, perfect,
Yeah.
man, because sometimes big isn't always better.
I don't think it is in our industry, because we've got quite a niche set of customers. They really know what they want, and we know how to give them that result.
Yeah.
And I figure if we go too big, it's going to be hard to duplicate that on more tradesmen. So.
Mate, question, TwinTech, how did the name come about?
Yeah, so it was the idea behind it was 2 trades ultimately, electrical and data is what we offer. So TwinTech, yeah.
I thought, mate, yeah, okay, right. I'm sure you get that one.
I have, yeah.
Mate, listen, I think we've touched on it a bit, but customer service is a big thing.
Yeah.
What makes your business different than, say, Joe Blow?
I think we're realistic with our quotes.
Yep.
Is a
Awesome.
good start,
Yep.
and that's our good foot in the door. I guess we're partly known for our comprehensive quotes.
Yes.
In terms of everything is itemised, everything is really well explained at the quote process. Early on in the piece, again, we found that a broad quote ended up getting the customer or ourselves in trouble.
Yeah.
So now we're really specific about what we've quoted for, and quite often we'll put extras in there, itemised extras, so that the customer can choose them and then understands what the whole job's going to be.
Yeah.
So I find that's a bit of a point of difference with us. People know exactly what.
And mate, just my comment is just, mate, you're so personal and really easy to talk to. I think when you call up, the last thing you want is someone that's pissed off or having an angry day. And mate, most times I call you, you're always you're in a good mood,
which is a good start.
Which is a good start. Yeah, mate. Is there anything that you're maybe this touched on the vision a bit, but are you trying to create anything within your business?
Yeah, we really want to create somewhere where people want to stay and work.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I really don't want to lose tradesmen.
Yeah, you want the retention.
Yeah, absolutely. So we try and do that with giving them nicer vehicles or better tools or supplying them with things that they really need. Or if it's more time off they need, we'll try and work that into it. All of that kind of thing. We really want to keep people around so that we
Where
can
did
create
that idea come from? Like, what was a driver behind that?
Yeah, probably for working for a business that didn't value that.
Yeah, okay.
And just like you felt like a number.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really important that everyone goes to work and enjoys going to work. And I really see that in our boys, that they love being at work.
And does that sort of come in? Are you sort of trying to create a really good culture? That's obviously one part of it. I guess,
that's right. We're trying to create a positive and happy culture, really, where if the boys come to me one day and say I can't be at work today because things are going on at home, we want to be able to accommodate that.
Yeah.
On the same token too, I want them to, like me, to be able to go to them and say, hey, we've got a really big day today. Can we knuckle in and do a big day? So a bit of give and take.
Actually, I just came back from a leadership course in Idaho in the States, and man, awesome! Like mixing with businesses that were doing $1 million turnover to $70 million to $2.2 billion, and the biggest thing, the one thing that came out of it before wasn't money, it was culture.
There you go.
It didn't matter how big your business is, particularly from a staff perspective, it's the work culture that you have to get right.
Which you guys have got right at Trusted.
Oh, thank you, mate, and obviously you too.
Yeah. Go Trusted.
This is cool, mate. Next 12 months. Next 3 years,
next 12 months, at least another tradesman. We want to. We've got a vehicle there waiting for someone to be in. So
we do too. Sits lonely, collecting dust.
Lonely at Everton Park. Definitely another tradesman, just to grow, I guess, our capabilities. We feel we need another one or two in the next 5 years to get us up to our.
So what's that take you to?
That'll take us to 6. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man.
So that'll be good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So is that 6 tradespeople or 6 in total?
That'll be 6 in total. Yeah.
But when you said you only want to be 6, is that 6 in total?
That's right.
Or
6 in total.
Yeah. That's it. So not 6 Sparkies.
No.
And then in the office.
We'd need an office person at that point too.
Yeah. Cool.
Because I am the office person at this point. So
makes a great cup of tea. I haven't had one. Mate, 3 years. 3 years.
Yep.
Is that where you want to be? Or
I think if we could be there in 2, that would be fantastic. But I guess we'll just see how the market goes. Brisbane's a little bit up and down at the moment. We've just found over winter as well, a little bit up and down.
We had that conversation.
If the market stays consistent, well, I think there's no reason why we can't get there.
Mate, question without notice. Like, what do you feel the next 12 to 3 years as the economy as a whole is going? Like, what's your little crystal ball?
I had a very different opinion about 3 months ago as to what I do now. We were part of a couple of those new unit projects, and it was, everyone was into it, everyone was loving it, everyone was doing well, and then all of a sudden a couple of them just stopped happening, and that changed my perspective a fair bit. So I think it's going to be steady. I don't think we're going to see the same craziness that we have seen.
And it was crazy. Actually, man, it's a bit sad. It feels like every week or every couple of weeks you're seeing a new builder. Yep. Not a new builder, but a builder fold.
Yeah, exactly. Really sad.
Yeah, that sucks. But anyway,
that's how it goes, isn't it?
Now, actually, we'll go on to the trusty fire questions. Here we go.
Righto.
You ready? We did a bit of a spiel before we came on camera, but what's your favourite fitness class to attend?
I'd help if I went.
Yeah.
I'll have to choose one. Basically.
So you don't do any exercise at all, other than work?
Other than work, no.
Yeah. Do you eat pretty well then?
Yeah, we do.
Because you're not a massive bloke.
No, I try my best.
Are you vegetarian or something like that?
No, just run of the mill.
Mate, this is cool. And thank you to Bar for these questions. Thanks, Ash. I love you. Favourite emoji?
I reckon I have to do thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
And what about your most used emoji?
Thumbs up, definitely.
Yeah.
To the boys, it's definitely.
Mate, I've been smashing that, that one like that. Mate, it just sums up my life at the moment. Mate, probably a bit back to work. What do you most love about your job?
Meeting people and talking to people. Yeah, I really enjoy that. And quite often that's my worst enemy because I'm too busy talking to people.
Sorry, we forgot the ad break.
Oh, ad break.
Ad break. Okay. Did you bring a second thing?
No, the drill. The drill.
The drill. No, what
the hat.
Hat. Yeah, go the hat.
Safety first here at TwinTech. This is a beautiful see-through hard hat. You'll see our boys wearing these around on site. A little bit different.
Why the
Safety
see-through?
No idea, mate.
At Burning Man, they say safety third.
There you go.
And I say it a couple of times. Actually, my ad is to Squad Athletica. I don't know if you know, well, you might know this, but I teach yoga. And these guys are the new Lululemon, and these ones have been supporting me. But the reason why I'm actually doing this is because their stuff is epic, and I actually go to the gym. Unlike old mate over here. But yeah, and they're a local brand. They started here in Brisbane,
Really?
would you
Yeah,
believe?
okay.
Yeah, and they're only since October, so they're coming up to a year old, and they're just kicking ass. And I just wanted to say thanks to Squad, but these guys are great. They're located at Fortitude Valley. They've got a store at Carindale and I think one down at the coast. But yeah, check them out. Squad, SQD Athletica. Thank
Good
you for
work.
watching these. They're good stuff.
Fantastic.
Oh, and Father's Day. They've got a Father's Day special, but I don't know if I'm going to get it up before then. But anyway, back to rapid trusted as far as questions. Okay. Oh, best tip for a newcomer.
Yeah.
Come on, give us a secret.
The best tip for me was to go to B&I, to be perfectly honest.
Awesome. Yep.
To create a network,
Yep.
to create people, a group of people that you can
Yep.
trust, that you can call on. There's so many jobs as a tradesman that you, like for instance, we're on a job and we need a plumber. Well,
Yep.
you know someone that you can trust, that you can call. Like a pest control
Yep.
person, if we ever come across that, well, we know who to call. But that was the thing. Like I felt very new in Brisbane, not growing up here, didn't have many contacts. Was
Yep.
just to build a really solid network,
Yep.
and to this day, most of our jobs come from there.
Yeah, great tip,
So,
man.
which is
It's
great.
comes back to that network.
Absolutely.
I'm constantly handing out cards. So, but B&I is a great
Really
place to
important.
start. I agree, mate. What makes you happy?
Probably my little daughter Poppy
Yeah.
and my wife, and
You got number? Is it two?
no, one,
One.
just
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So little Poppy, she's nearly 5 months.
Yeah, cool.
She brings a lot of happiness.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
she's
Mate, well
fantastic.
done. Yeah, single. Anyway, we won't go. Yeah. Songs you know the lyrics to. So yeah, one song that you know, you just know the lyrics to.
Well, probably anything from Alan Jackson, to be honest. Bit
Really?
of a country,
Okay.
yeah, bit of a country.
Yeah, or the Barossa.
Yeah, that's right.
I
So,
didn't know
yeah.
you'd be a country boy.
Yeah, well, only in the car.
Actually, mate, and here's a tip for you. What do you listen to in the car now?
To be honest, most of the time I'm on the phone.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm normally listening to customers or some of the boys
Yeah.
asking questions about the jobs. But otherwise, to be honest, I have it normally pretty quiet. and just a bit of thinking time.
Yeah, no, and that's a good tip, actually, having that radio off, because I think sometimes when you're stressed, it's just... I remember, and I love music. I love Triple J. I love it all. But I remember having to switch to classical.
Yeah,
Because when your phone's going off and you just
to clear your head a bit.
Oh, yeah. So,
And that's, I think, the biggest thing for me was every time I got off the phone, there was ads anyway.
as like today.
Yeah, like today. But you listen to a lot of audio books, don't you,
Yeah,
on
mate.
the way?
I love the podcast, dude.
Yeah, okay.
Mate, they're just seriously and I feel sorry maybe for radio stations, but there's so many epic podcasts that I just, when I'm in the car, because like you, mate, I'm in the car
All the
every
time,
day, all day, and I use it as a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
So we've all got different tastes. Fortunately, podcast world's got everything: novels, fiction, non-fiction. But I love the personal development side.
Yep.
And then listening. I love economy, talking about economy. So I listen to Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh, yeah, right.
That guy,
Robert Kiyosaki.
Rubik Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
Mate, he's an interesting cat.
He really is,
But take your time. Favorite Instagram account, because you're a massive social media.
Probably at the moment, Drifter 4-wheel drive. They do a heap of like camping gear
Yeah, of course they do,
and all that kind of gear. I just love it because they're always on a different trip. They're where I'd rather be.
Yeah, that's true. Man, how's this? I used to follow DJs, like my favourite DJs.
Yeah.
And because they put up the most epic pics, I took it off because I'm like, I want to be there. And I'm like, no, I can't keep looking at this. It's like looking at bloody bikini models. I'm like, no.
Can't do it
No,
anymore.
I can't do it anymore. Beauty of being wise. Mate, listen, a tradie loves a good barbecue.
Yeah.
Tomato sauce in the cupboard or in the fridge?
I think it should be in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Any particular... Well, do you like it cold, or do you like it, or you don't really? You just like the sauce?
It's a good spot in the door. So yeah, I like it. I think it needs to be cold.
And are you a barbecue or a tomato?
Yeah, tomato, definitely. Tomato.
Do you ever double up? Like
I have dabbled.
Yeah,
but yeah, I try to stick
mustard?
to one. No, definitely not a mustard fan.
What about Bunnings?
No, still tomato.
Yeah. Now, do you heat up the Bunnings sausage when you're there?
Oh, does it look like I do?
Yes. Onions or no onions?
No onions, definitely.
No onions?
No.
I don't love onions.
See, there you go.
Here we go. Coming up to our final question. Mate, what are you most proud of? And maybe let's do two sides, personally and then vocationally with work.
Yep. Most proud of Poppy, our daughter.
Yep,
definitely.
Why is that? Like, what's you know?
I just think it was just
it's easy to say that, but what is it?
Yeah, she's just beautiful.
Yeah,
really is what it is.
And it's your creation.
It is, and she's so happy. I think that's the other thing. She's such a happy baby, and that I know Caitlin and I both feel really good about that. That she's just.
Is she a good baby? Like
she is good. Yeah,
been sleeping and all
that.
Yeah,
Caitlin's got her in a really good routine, which is fantastic. So
routine.
Yeah. So on a business level, though, I guess I'm just. I'm proud of the fact that we have a business that's really successful, and that we've got good customers, that we've got good relationships with our staff, and good relationships with other trades. I think that's a really good thing for us. Really drum that into the boys that, I guess back to that whole electrician stigma, that they talk to other trades on site and they're friendly and they interact with them and help them if they can. If there's something needs lifting, help them. So I think that's what I'm most proud of as a good business.
Now, sorry to do this, I did say last week, mate, what is a safety tip? Come on. Give us a safety tip, because we always say safen up.
Yeah, well, safety tip is definitely probably to make sure your RCDs are always in check. Yeah. Your safety switches. Check them. Make sure they're all good. Hit the reset button. Yeah, hit the reset button. If it trips, it's good. If it doesn't, it's not good. Call us. Yeah, exactly.
Ed, thank you. Contact details. Now, where do we find you? Like, what's the best?
So you can find us on Facebook or Instagram or our website, twintechelectrical.com.au, or you can call us on 1300 650 727.
Can you say it again? I always say numbers twice.
Yep. So 1300 650 727.
Yep.
But otherwise,
you're Everton Park.
That's right. Yep. We're based in Everton Park.
So and what's your range? We go
anywhere. Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast, all over Brisbane. Yeah. Happy to travel for the right customer.
And exactly. And make free quotation.
Absolutely, always free quotes. And we're happy to alter quotes. If we send a quote, doesn't have to be the final quote. We're happy to change things. We understand there's a budget, and sometimes the first quote isn't always what you expected it to be. So happy to help.
Mate, that's awesome. Wow, we're there. We did it, man.
Trusted Trades. Good job.
Trusted Trades between two drills. Listen, thank you. I hope you've really enjoyed this interview. If you have watched the whole thing, I'm going to do some cool things. Hopefully, maybe I might be able to put it up as a podcast.
That'd be great.
I'm definitely going to put it up as a video. Maybe I might cut it in half. Do one segment, two. Listen, feedback's.
I'd love it.
Good feedback. Feedback is a gift. Don't be an internet hater. Tell me some good things. But yeah, listen, thank you. As I said, these are the trades that I truly trust. I feel like being here for 20 years or all my life in Brisbane, that I've met the good and I've met the bad. And Josh here definitely falls into the good category.
Thank you.
No, thank you, man. And it's awesome. We've been actually talking about trusted trades. Well, this idea's been 12 months old, but I know I went away for a month, but I flagged this 3 months ago, and I'm like, I just got to do it, man.
Exactly. It's really good.
It nearly never didn't happen today, but we've done it. And have you had fun?
I have had fun. Thank you, mate. Thanks for doing it.
Hey, thank you for watching this. My name's Wesley. This is Josh. This is Trusted Trades. Please like, share, do whatever you like. Tell your friends, forward it. We want to build up a little bit of a following. Yep. And I'll get Josh back on. Maybe we'll do a part 2 series or something like that. See how it's all going. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks brother.
Mate.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.